This afternoon, we're going to talk about 6 items that I have to have in my kitchen. So I'm calling them 6 must-haves. First thing is, if you've not seen this rub away bar, this is a great little stainless steel bar of, looks like fake soap. And anytime you're using garlic or onions or anything that's got a real pungent smell, if you'll just rub your hands with this like you would a bar of soap, after you get through, you totally will lose the smell of the onion and the garlic. So I love this. This is a nice little thing that I got at Bed Bath & Beyond. You can probably get it anywhere online, wherever. But anyway, must have in my kitchen. The next thing that I absolutely love is a cutless or a cut-proof glove. So I use knives a lot, and sometimes I'm a little careless, and this will not cut. Now, this is not a burn-resistant glove, but it is a cut-resistant glove, and so it can spare you some bad cuts on your fingers, your thumbs, and it can go on either hand, which is also really good. Sometimes maybe if you're cutting with your knife and you're cutting on this hand might be the one that needs to be protected, or maybe it's the other hand. And you can definitely put this in the washing machine and good to go. So another really must-have in your kitchen, I think. The other thing is you've got to have a great knife. I have one knife at home and I'm always just washing it, and it doesn't hardly ever get into the dishwasher because I'm always using it. I love it. So find a good knife that cuts really well and use that, or maybe get 2 or 3 if you can afford them. Now they're gonna cost more, but everybody needs a good knife. You know, something that's gonna cut through a tomato without any problem. It's gonna cut through a loaf of bread without any problem if you're slicing some French bread. So a good knife is a must-have. The other thing, and I did not even have any kitchen shears probably until maybe 10 years ago. So all those years I would try to cut off fat on chicken with probably not such a good knife, and it was very time consuming. And now that I have kitchen shears, oh my gosh, these are wonderful. Whether you're using it for meat to cut fat off, or if you completely wash them and clean them, maybe you're cutting lettuce up or kale up to get it into bite-sized pieces. So again, you're gonna completely need to wash it if you're using meat or you're using fruits and vegetables. But the great thing about this particular brand that we have is they do come apart so that you can easily get into the little nooks and crannies and get maybe any you know, dirt and debris that might be stuck from whatever you were cooking or cutting before. So great thing to have in your kitchen, just to make cooking easier and more simplified. That's the biggest reason why you need gadgets like this. The other thing that I have discovered that I can't live without is the small kitchen spatula. Oh my gosh, you would think this would be what you would just use for cookies, maybe getting cookies off of the cookie pan, but this is a great little thing. It's great for flipping over stir fry if you don't, you know, scratch it on your skillet, but this has come in so handy for so many things. So I highly recommend that you get a small spatula. The other must-have for me is parchment paper. Parchment paper has simplified the scrubbing and use of SOS pads, things like that, because all I have to do is put this either on like a cookie sheet and put my meat on it or my vegetables or whatever. And then all you do is when you slide your vegetables off or your meat off, you just crumble this up and throw it away. And you don't have to do all that scrubbing. And it keeps your pans a lot cleaner, your baking dishes that you would use, anything like that. Now, there is a difference between wax paper and parchment paper. And so wax paper truly has wax in it. So if you tried to use wax paper the same way you would use parchment paper, it's not gonna be very successful. But this is just a must-have for me. It comes in some small little pieces that you can get as well, that's already pre-cut. So that's also a nice thing. But anyway, these are the 6 items that I think are must-haves for the kitchen. So if you haven't seen some of these items, check them out, find them, look them up on the internet, or look at Bed Bath & Beyond, or get your parchment paper at the grocery store. See if this makes your time in the kitchen a lot easier.